Oh, hello.
The Hargreeves siblings are back. In season 1, when Vania destroyed the world, Hargreeves narrowly escaped by jumping through time. So here we are for season 2. Let's break down the series and explain the ending. Obviously, spoilers ahead. The second season starts with all the Hargreeves going back in time, but they got split up and were sprinkled throughout the 1960s, Dallas, Texas. Somehow they brought the apocalypse with them as the past is changed because of their actions. We have new allies and new enemies as well as Time Policing Commission, which is still out for blood no matter the timeline. So there were a lot to keep track of throughout the season, and I will try to explain as simple as I can, so stick around till the end. The handler was killed by Hazel in the season 1, but it seems that she survived and went back to work for the commission. But she was demoted, and because of that she went rogue, determined to get back on top. She uses her adopted daughter Lila as an assassin. So young Harlan almost drowned and Vania saves him, but her abilities were transferred to him, and the handler sees that as an opportunity to kidnap the young Harlan and make him work for her, just like Lila. So who is Lila? Lila is one of the 43 children who had superpowers, and the handler trained her to be her weapon. We see her first at the mental hospital where Diego is being held because he attempted to kill Lee Harvey Oswald to prevent the assassination of JFK. Lila breaks Diego out of the hospital. Lila's powers are that she can mimic anyone else's power. Because of that, she is able to be a step ahead of the Hargreeves. So all the Hargreeves were scattered throughout the 1960s, Klaus and Ben in 1960, Allison in 61, Luther in 62, Diego September 1963, Vania October 63, and 5 arrived in November 63. When 5 arrives at 63, he sees his siblings making their last stand in front of the Russians before nuclear warheads destroy them all. So generally 5 thinks his siblings caused this, and he jumps back in time again. They all try to prevent it over the 10 days leading to November 25, 1963. Diego figures out that the incident which started the war was the explosion at the FBI building, which was caused by Vania and got blamed on USSR because she was trying to save housewife Sissy and young Harlan. So I know you must be confused, but stay with me. So season 1 had time traveling, but season 2 took it to a whole another level. There are multiple timelines, but the main one is where JFK gets assassinated. 5 makes a deal with the handler to prevent the future 2019's apocalypse, where 5 travels to 1962 and kills the board. And return 5 gets the briefcase to go back to the future, but they miss the window to travel due to the circumstance. Whereas the board members are dead and the handler takes over the commission, which comes back to bite the Hargreeves later on. So as Diego figured out that the explosion of FBI building was the cause of the war, Allison, Diego and Klaus goes to save Vania. But they all were knocked out and Ben steps in to calm Vania down, thus preventing the apocalypse. But doing so, as handler is now the head of the commission, she brings all of her agents to the young Harlan's house to kill all the Hargreeves. She kills all the Hargreeves, but not before 5 told the truth to Lila, that handler hired him to kill her parents, and the handler realized that she lost Lila and kills her as well, before getting killed herself by Axel. In his dying moment, 5 rolls the timeline back just a few seconds, spinning off a final timeline where Lila is alive and they all survived as JFK was assassinated and timeline was restored. When they come back home, they see that the Umbrella Academy was never created at all and the Sparrow Academy existing in its place, and Ben is alive. The biggest twist was that Reginald hasn't aged a day since the 1960s because he's an alien, and the comic readers knew that before us. Also, he was a member of the Majestic 12 who orchestrated the assassination of JFK, but Reginald was against it and the other 11 threatened to expose him as alien if he stops giving them the new technology, where Reginald reveals his true identity and presumably kills them all. So what happened here is that the showrunner went all crazy with the timelines and didn't follow the source material as they should have, because there are a lot of unanswered questions left. I think the whole timeline was changed when Reginald meets the Hargreeves siblings. He realized the mess they make. That must be why he did not adopt them and adopted some other kids instead of these siblings. And also changing the name from Umbrella Academy to Sparrow. and the young Harlan has abilities which were given to him all the way back in 1960s, which might have a role in the season 3. I hope the video helps you to make sense of it all. Thank you for watching, like, comment, and here are some more videos for you to watch.